What's up, guys? I made $5,800 today in less than 1 hour, and today I'll be showing you guys the setup I took, why I took it, and my whole thought process throughout the trade. I haven't done a trade recap video like this in a while, so I really hope you guys enjoy. I'll be literally just going over what my thoughts were and like the whole setup. The crazy part is that this trade wasn't anything crazy. It was just a little base hit, and I want to show you guys that like you don't need to hit crazy trades. These base hits like I took today, they truly do add up, and this is how I grew my account. It wasn't from home runs, but it was simply by adding up base hits and being consistent with the small wins. The small wins really add up. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Just a reminder, this is not financial advice, strictly for educational purposes. Trading is risky. So, the trade I took this on was Palantir, and it was Palantir calls. The first thing I like to look at is the daily chart. The daily chart. Why do I look at the daily chart? I'm not trading based off the daily chart, but the daily chart helps me find good setups. I want to look for trades where the higher time frames match up with the lower time frames. So PLTR was all-time high breakout, meaning that all-time highs were approaching. As you could see, we were flagging out. Then we had a gap up, right? What's the all-time high at? It's obviously going to be a big resistance. It's at 190, right? 190. What else is 190? 190 is a big psychological level. So I knew that this was a huge daily flag on Palantir. 190 was the big resistance, and we need to get above 190 for a rip, because not only was it all-time highs, but it was also a big psychological level. So now let's go to the 5-minute, and I'll show you guys the trade. So what are we looking for? Once we know that 190 is a big psychological level and it's that all-time high level, we're looking for a 5-minute close above it. But we're also looking for us to get above pre-market high and VWAP. So this is our pre-market high, right? What happens? Right here, we get a 5-minute close above this 190 level. Again, the whole market's green, so that's another good confluence. The whole market's green, that means the trend is up. Again, this wasn't even a big trade at all. It was just literally a small base hit, but these base hits add up. So then, as you could see, this is our pre-market high. We mark our pre-market high as well. So pre-market high is marked, and the 190 psych level is also marked. Now, what happens? After we have our key level, our pre-market high, whatever our like big level is, which here it's 190, we're looking for this to happen. We want a close above it. Then we want a retest of it. Then we want a move like that. Okay? And what happens? Right here, we get to close above. The 5-minute candle, as you can see, it says close 192.6, close 190.45. That means to close above 190. Once we get this close, I'm looking for a retest. So what happens? This next candle, we come down and we retest right here. I enter in this retest, and then as you could see, the next candle, we retest VWAP, and we retest pre-market high. This makes it A+, but I already entered, so it doesn't matter. As you know, when you enter a trade, our main target's going to be the new high of day. So we entered off the all-time high level retest and the psychological level retest, and I had a VWAP retest. So this was the entry right here. Our target is always going to be new high of day, which we got new high of day. Our stop loss is going to be a 5-minute close under the 190 level. So let's just say like right there, or okay, maybe it went a little lower. Maybe it went right there, okay? Again, you can't really put that exactly, but it's just a 5-minute close under the pre-market, under the 190 psych level. So after this retest, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a move up here for trims. What happens? We popped the next candle. I took big trims here at 25%. Then I started to hold the rest of my position because it looked like we were going to rip. But then what happened, we started to create these wicks. When I see these wicks, I don't like them. That means sellers are trying to step in. So then I trimmed most of my position here at 40%. and I held runners. So as you guys know, when I enter a trade, you see this blue line right here, this 8 EMA. I hold my runners until it gets under the 8 EMA. So I trimmed here at 25%. Then I trimmed most of my position here at 40%. Now I only have a quarter of my position left, and I'm holding, looking for it to break and keep ripping, or if it gets under the EMA. So all I did was, this is a pre-market high and a VWAP retest, as well as a 190 psych level retest. That was the entry. Trimmed most at new high of day. Then I tried to hold runners, but then I got stopped out on the runners on this 5-minute close under the EMA. As you can see, right after I stopped out, it went right back up, and then obviously rejected after. But I don't care that it went right back up. I don't care. I follow the system, and it doesn't matter what it happens after. It doesn't matter how it makes me feel. I simply react. So I entered this trade. I was watching this trade. I said, guys, I'm watching this trade. I'm looking for us to get a 5-minute close above 190, then a retest. What happens? We get a 5-minute close above 190, then a retest. Then I say, okay, guys. Now I'm looking to either take a loss if it closes under the 190 level, or I'm looking to take a win if we get above a new high a day. What happens? We get above new high a day. I trim most of my position. After I trim most of my position, then my commands in my head turn into, okay, I'm looking for us to either hold the EMA and I'll hold the runners, or if we break under the EMA, I'll sell the runners. What happens? We break under the EMA, so I sell the runners. Not once did it matter what I thought. Not once did it matter how I'm feeling. Not once did it matter what I thought or think. All that matters what's happening. We're not going to predict. We're going to react. So it's, if this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do this. And I already have a plan, and I follow the plan strictly. I don't care how I feel. I don't. I simply don't. All I care about is, what is the chart telling me? What does the chart show? And, what is my game plan? So I followed my game plan. This wasn't a big win. Like, it didn't go hundreds of percents. It was a nice 40% trade. But this strategy is literally the strategy I trade every single day. Also, when it's a Monday and you can have a nice green trade like this, you're done for the day. 1 for 1, and that's it. On Mondays are usually really hard days to trade, in my opinion. So when I'm up on a Monday, I like to take that green and run with it. I like to take that cushion and run with it, because now I have a little cushion for the week. I made $5,800, and like in 20 minutes, now it's a really nice cushion for the week. So again, like, another thing that I want to show you guys is, one of the reasons I trim out most of my position is because we rejected this high day like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. After you reject a level more than 3 times, there's a very low chance it's gonna break. See, even right here, like, look, it tried to break, then big rejection. So these wicks told me there's a seller up there and that I should take most of my profits, which is what I did. But again, it's literally the same exact strategy I teach every single day. And the best part is, like, the daily setup was really, really nice. Hit a beautiful flag. We had a beautiful retest. It was a psych level retest, a VWAP retest, and a pre-market high retest. It doesn't get much better than that. And this it's just like repeatable. Like, it's not a huge win. It's a really nice base hit. But when you add up these base hits, it does wonders to your account. It truly, truly, truly does. So one thing to keep in mind also is, like, a reason that I wait for the 5-minute close. Sometimes people will see us wick, even though all we did was retest VWAP and pre-market high, and they'll get scared and be like, oh, it's rejecting, it broke under 190. When in reality, that's why you guys get wicked out so much. That's why I like to wait for the 5-minute close. And really, all you did is retest the pre-market high, and you retested VWAP. If anything, this is more confluence to you after that really nice wick. I do wish that this trade would have broken this big resistance and gone more. I thought it was going to after it was tightening very tightly, but it just didn't have it in it, which is okay. It doesn't matter. We followed the system. We followed the plan. We held against the EMA, and that's it. If there's one thing that I want you guys to get out of this trade recap is that you don't need huge trades. You don't need to crit thousands of percents. You could add up these base hits and just take the green and run with it. That's how you grow your account, is simply just like, okay, nice green trade, add it up next day. Base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit. And what you don't want to do is you don't want one trade to wipe out all your base hits, which is why you have to keep the losses small and you have to stay consistent and you cannot revenge trade. If you want to grow your account trading, you generally just have to be super consistent with a plan and rules that like you don't mess up. Like, don't take huge losses. Don't try and catch huge wins either all the time. Like, it's okay. Don't be too greedy. Just follow the plan. Like, for example, after it broke under the EMA in that trade, I could have held because I wanted it to be more, but I didn't because I followed my plan. So follow the system that you know works. And if you guys want like more information on my trading strategy, how I trade, I'm hosting a 3-day, 100% free event, November 4th, November 5th, and November 6th. I'll be going over on November 4th the psychology you need to be a profitable trader, the mindset, the discipline, and how you have to think, how you have to reprogram your brain. Then on day 2, November 5th, I'll be going over my full strategy, system, how I find the stocks, how I found this setup, how I know when to enter, how I know when to sell, how I look at other confluences, time frames, etc. Then November 6th, I'll be doing it live and executing everything live to show you guys what I'm talking about in real live data, real live market action. So if you enjoyed and you want to learn more, I'm hosting a 100% free 3-day boot camp. There are limited spots. Link is below. I have never done one of these before, but it's going to be really cool. Again, it's 3 days of me teaching you everything for 100% free. There are limited spots. I think Zoom capped us out like 1,000 people. So, yeah, I'd go save your spot below. I don't really do these often, but I genuinely hope you guys enjoy. I have a gift of making difficult simple through my unique way of sharing education and knowledge. If you want more trade recaps like this, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I post weekly videos every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes I post more in between. Love you guys, and I'll see you November 4th in the free 3-day boot camp. Links in bio.